Do you know what? Did a 10.5-hour shift today. Came home, watched the game on playback. Wish I'd never bothered. Genuinely wish I hadn't wasted that amount of my life on that. Genuinely just same old, same old. Genuinely just the same old crap from Rangers. And it's not good enough. It simply is not good enough. There was so much wrong with today. So much wrong with today. Not just from Philippe Clement, but from the team, from the players, from everybody. And I'll be honest with you, hopefully, I seriously hope that Philippe Clement has watched that. And when he watches it back, as he will do to do analysis, that he understands that there are a lot of players on this Rangers team that should never, ever, ever wear that shirt again. It's simple. To me, there was one team out there playing football. There was one team was creative, move the ball quickly, pull team out the opposition out of place, played good football. There was another team that played kick and rush. Unfortunately, they played the best football, and you know what? They deserve to win. They did deserve to win, and you know what? That hurts to say that. I hate them. I absolutely hate them, but it does hate it. You know what? You got to tell the truth. At the end of the day, the truth is that only one team was playing football, whilst the other team was playing some form of park football, kick and rush. It seemed our only tactic was to give it to Borna, we'll get to, or give it to Tab. They lump it long and hope somebody gets on the end of it. I mean, that's old Neil Warnock. I don't know who else. Who was the big long ball merchant? I can't remember the guy's name now, but it was that. That's just Tony Pulis. That was Tony Pulis football. That was just shocking. Absolutely shocking. There's just so much wrong with that today. Sit here and obviously go through the game by game, play by play, and we'll pull out some of the bits and pieces. But first of all, and we'll get to subs later, just ignore that for the moment. But you look at that lineup, and when that lineup came out this morning and I was at work, I had a quick look. I was just like, for fuck's sake, oh my God, really? Clement got it wrong. He got it wrong again for the second straight Old Firm game. And I know hindsight is a wonderful thing to have, but at the end of the day, he got it wrong. He got it wrong. Barisic starting, a joke. And I've read some utter pish online about, well, if Ridvan's not fit, you've got to start Barisic. No, you don't. Absolutely, no, you don't. If Ridvan is not fit, then why is he on the bench? If he is not fit enough to play a game of football, why is he sat on the bench? Because if Barisic starts, in the second minute goes down injured, what other option has Clement got? Bring on Ridvan. Lundstram in there again. All week, go back and watch my videos. What have I talked about? And I'm not a tactical genius. I'm not a coaching genius. I'm none of those things. But all week, I've spoken about the fact that you cannot let Celtic control the midfield. You need legs in there. You need desire in there. You need pace in there. You need someone who can get in and about them. Sterling, Diamande, they were the two. Sterling today did well. He's one of the few players, apart from Jack Butland, who was outstanding again. Without Jack, again, that could have been a cricket score. But I said all week, Lundstram will let the game pass him by. Tick. Lundstram will allow Callum McGregor to do what he wants. Tick. Hatate, O'Reilly, and McGregor will be able to run rings around Lundstram. Tick. Lundstram will not affect the game in a positive way at all. Tick. And yet he starts him again. Lundstram has had one good game against them in his Rangers career. One good game. That was the semi-final. We won 2-1. Other than that, he has let them pass him by. He has surrendered against them. He has bottled it time after time after time after time. Now he'll obviously get a ban as a result of this sending off today, and we'll get to sending off shortly. And you know what? He'll get a 2-game ban. He'll miss the last 2 league games. And if he plays in that cup final team, if he is named in the starting lineup for that cup final team, I will lose my shit. That man should never wear a Rangers top again. John Lundstram, fuck off out of Glasgow. Pack your bags. Go to Ipswich. Go to Turkey. Go tonight. We don't want you anymore. Get out of our club. You are a joke. And to hear Philippe Clement defending him post-match, saying, oh, well, we've got to remember what he's done in the last few years, in the last few months. He's done fuck all, Clement. Get a life. Get rid of him. Get him out of here. And if you name him in that cup final team, Jesus Christ, what message are you giving? If this man ever wears a Rangers shirt again, it will be a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Pack your bags, get lost, get stuffed, go away. We don't want you anymore. And I know that's harsh. I know that's hard line, but again, 45 minutes until he gets sent off. He's anonymous. He scores an own goal. I mean, what the hell is he thinking with that ball? It's going into the danger area. There's no Celtic players there. Why is he passing it into his own net? And then he has the nerve to turn and blame somebody else for it. What an absolute, just useless muppet of a player. I'm trying not to be slanderous or swear too much. And then you get to his sending off. I mean, it is Kenny Miller tries to defend it and say it's a yellow. It's a stone wall red card. Look at that. Look at it. If that had been McGregor on Tav, or that had been Hatate on Davis, or if that had been O'Reilly on Suter, we'd be all screaming for a red card. But what gets me is, look at where Johnston is. He's got his back to the Rangers goal. He is facing his own goal. He is about 10 yards outside his own box. He is going absolutely nowhere. He has got nowhere to put the ball. Lundstram just has to come across, stand him up, close him down, show him outside, and he probably clears it into touch for a Rangers throw-in. Why is Lundstram throwing himself into this challenge and then getting him sent off? After that, game's done. Game's over. We're not coming back. I mean, first off, with 11 on 11, they outplayed us. And Clement can talk all he wants about the game being even going into half-time if it's too well. Utter bollocks. Utter bollocks. And, you know, you look at their first goal. Here's their first goal. Now, I've circled Lundstram in red and Barisic in blue. O'Reilly Lundstram's jogging. He is jogging. If you go back and watch the video clip, he is jogging. What attempt is he making to close O'Reilly down there? O'Reilly has got as much space and time as he wants. And Borna Barisic is not busting a gut to get out. Go back and watch his attempted block. Seriously, go back and watch his attempted block. He does this. That. He doesn't throw himself in the way of the ball. He doesn't put his body on the line. He doesn't give a shit about Rangers. Again, if that man plays any of the 3 remaining games, I will lose my shit. Borna Barisic, clear off. We don't want you either for the last 3 games. I'd rather play Robbie Fraser. I'd rather play John Lee Yefeko. I'd rather play Campbell or Scott from the under-18s. I'd rather play the left back from the women's team than play Borna Barisic in the last 3 games. That man is an utter disgrace to this team. And he should be throwing himself in front of that ball. It's an old firm game, for God's sake. You know what? I'm nowhere near fit enough to play football, but I would be throwing myself in the way of O'Reilly's shot. He makes 0 attempt. He doesn't sprint out to close him down. He doesn't throw himself in the way of the ball. He makes a half-arsed attempt to block it. What is the point? Absolute shite from Borna Barisic yet again. Now, you go back, like I said, to that initial team lineup that Clement names. He gets it all wrong for me. Sterling should be in the middle with Dio. Lawrence should not be starting. Cantwell should be starting in place of Lawrence. Lawrence played in that last Old Firm game. He was garbage. He was garbage. Utter garbage. And then you go and you look at some of the other decisions that Clement makes in these games. Let's look at his substitutions. Now, it emerges that John Suter's come off because he's injured. So that's another one to worry about now. So if he's injured, Balogun's injured, who plays in central defence? Dujon Sterling? He might as well. He plays everywhere else. Shame we can't clone him. If we'd had 11 Dujon Sterling or 10 Dujon Sterlings plus Jack Butland, I'll tell you something, we wouldn't be losing that game today. That's the first change. McCausland comes on the right. McCausland probably should have started. Then, after 60 minutes, he takes off Barisic and Lawrence brings on Ridvan and Raskin. Get the change there. Get Ridvan coming on for Barisic. Why Ridvan doesn't start, don't get it. Don't understand it. Raskin on for Lawrence. Can kind of see that. We're down to 10 men, etc., etc. But then he takes off Silva in the 74th minute and brings on Scott Wright. We've got Todd Cantwell sat there on the bench. Todd Cantwell, who is probably our most skillful player. Todd Cantwell, who can create something out of nothing. Todd Cantwell, who can thread a pass through, who can take a man on, who can run at defences. And he brings on Scott Wright. Please, can somebody attempt to tell me what makes Scott Wright a professional footballer if he's not playing at Hampden Park? He is awful. He can't go past the man. He has no skill. He has no talent. He just should not be playing. And you play him, bring him on ahead of Cantwell. Cantwell can play from the left. I'm sorry, but the substitutions today make no sense. And then 7 minutes plus whatever stoppage time. Well, Clement didn't know how much stoppage time at that point. What's the point in that? Or even throw him up front with Dessers. Play 2 up front. Get beat 3-4-5-1. You might as well. You're going to lose anyway. To me, those substitutions make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Now, the players obviously carry the majority of the blame for today's game. I thought they just didn't look interested. They didn't fight. They didn't battle. Tav was awful yet again. He was targeted time after time after time by Maeda. He's just isn't up to it anymore, but he'll still be here next season. He'll still be captaining the team. He'll still be our right back. Guarantee it. It is an utter joke that this man is allowed to continue to play. So I don't get what is the point of that. Tav will continue, I think, next season, and I think he will still be there. I can't see him being kicked out of the club. I think he still will be there next season. You look at that starting lineup today, and I'm not being funny, but Jack Butland, yes, absolutely guaranteed, nailed on starter, top player, brilliant today. Jet Tavernier, no. Not a starter by any stretch of the imagination. Suter, not a starter. Davis, not a starter. Barisic, get to wherever you're going to go to. Lundstram, get out of my club. Diamande, yes, stays. Build a team around him. Give him good players to play against. I think he looks even better. Lawrence, no. Bye-bye, Lawrence. Not a starter. Sterling, quality. Has to play in his natural position. Central midfield, all right back. Best 2 positions he plays in. Silva, get to fuck. Dessers, goodbye. See you later. You're on the bench next season at the very best. Goodbye. So that 11, that starting 11, there is 2 players, 3 players, actually, tell a lie, I would start next season out of that starting 11. Butland, Dio, and Sterling. Now, I know Seema's missing, Cortez is missing, Danillo's missing, but we can't keep making these excuses. You look at the bench. McCrory, yeah, I'd keep him. Ridvan, definitely keep him. Cantwell, keep him. Dow, bye-bye. Scott Wright, go and play for the dog and duck because that's about your level. Roof, goodbye. King, yeah, stays. Raskin stays. McCausland stays. But that's it. That is it. It is shocking, guys. This team needs a massive rebuild. Now, realistically, you're not going to get rid of the amount of players that we need to get rid of. It's just not going to happen. We're not going to be able to get rid of 15, 20 players this summer because no team's ever done that. It isn't possible. We haven't got the funds to replace them. You're still going to have some of the same old shit here next season. I'm despairing, guys, after, again, another performance like that today. Another bottle job by Rangers. Another just plain shit house from Rangers. Not good enough. Simply not good enough. And like I said, if I see Lundstram or Barisic in a Rangers kit again playing, I will lose my shit. Just get them to fuck now. Get rid of them. Right, guys, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation. Guys, please smash that sub. And obviously on the way out, 2 jobs. Number 1, smash the like. Number 2, remember, no matter what, we keep the faith. We are the people.